All right. Oh, wait a minute. This one didn't go. I don't know. Okay, now we live. Hey, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. We are here as promised. I'm so excited, y'all. Tonight is really unique because we are streaming from a couple different places tonight. And I got my special guest with me tonight, Miss Nikki. And we're just so excited to be here. She was with me before, y'all. And y'all, she brung down the house talking about all those different tips on, she talked about all the different things on home ownership, y'all. And a lot of y'all inboxed me and talked about that. And I know Miss Nikki probably got a lot of inboxes as well, and some conversations started as well off of that. But we love to hear about how to get how to purchase a home, because that's something that we don't do in the Black community. I hate to say that it is Black History Month, so we might as well talk about it a little bit. But just being able to build that generational wealth and leave things to your children, and be able to have somebody who knows the game to come in and talk to us was pretty cool. So I loved it. But she's here for round two, y'all. We're talking about vision tonight. We're talking about goal setting. We're talking about making goals and actually accomplishing them and crashing them, y'all. Because a lot of people are crushing them, y'all. Crushing those goals. Because a lot of us make goals and we don't crush them, and we don't know why we can't accomplish those. But Miss Nikki's gonna bring some clarity to that tonight on goals and different things. She has some stuff that I don't know what she's prepared, but I'm excited because I know whatever she's prepared for us is gonna be good, y'all. And it's gonna be something that you can glean for. So lean in, get your pen and paper out, take notes. You can watch this on Rebroadcast if you guys are watching it, but I think this is going to be something that you guys can benefit from. And let me start. Also, say I apologize for the ladies who bought or who had tickets to go to the in-person event. Y'all know COVID been crazy. We're in the middle of an ice storm, blah blah blah, and so I had to do it virtual. But on the good side, more people get to come, and I'm able to talk to more people at the same time. So this is exciting. But anyway, I'll leave it up right now to Miss Nikki. She's going to talk to you ladies about goal setting. So get your pen and pad out, and she has some points for you guys and some tips to help you set goals in the new year. Because it's so, and I know I'm talking a lot, y'all, because that's what I do. But let me say this one thing. It's so incredibly important to continue to reevaluate yourself. You can't keep doing the same old thing if that thing does not work. I know I have things and I'm like, I'm going to do it this way, and it's just not working. I get so stubborn. I'm like, I know it work. I know it, but I don't listen, but I'm always reminding myself, Noor, remain teachable, remain in a place where you're always willing to learn and to hear. And the moment that I put down my guard and let go of that bulldog mentality, because I know a lot of us business women, entrepreneurs, we just naturally have it in us to just lay down and let somebody teach you something. So
Yeah.
tonight I want you guys to relax, get you a glass of wine if that's your preference. You get your H2O or whatever you need. I got water tonight, but listen, honey, I'll have a glass of wine. Are you gonna go get your wine? Okay, I'll wait. So y'all go get y'all wine, go get you a glass of wine, go get you some water, coffee. Listen, I drink coffee at night. My kids keep me up to 3 or 4, so hey, this is actually like
I
more
got
than
them
me.
both.
You got I know that's right. So if you gotta get wine, whatever y'all need, y'all get in here because we really gotta talk about this tonight. This is something that's important. This is something that you're gonna be able to use throughout the year. And we're gonna do a reset 6 months from now, y'all, because I believe in that mid-year reset too, because I get a little juice at the beginning, but I need some to kind of get me through the rest of the year. So we're gonna get it then too. But anyway, go ahead, Miss Nikki, talk to the ladies. You can introduce yourself a little bit more for the newbies on TikTok, and then we'll just go from there.
Awesome. Well, hello, everyone. Happy Saturday. I'm trying to think. Well, I am Nikki Nicole. I I am also a realtor with Keller Williams Elite. I sell in Oklahoma City and Tulsa. I recently started a new group called Why Local Oklahoma. Shameless plug. I would love for you all to go and like it. It's spelt a little tricky. It's YL. Basically, it's capital Y, capital L, OCAL, Oklahoma. And basically, that is a group for connecting small businesses, community organizations, nonprofits, and people that are just out there doing amazing things for the community without anything in return, artists, etc. So, anyways, I was super excited. Enough of that. I was super excited when Nora asked me to speak about goals. Goals is something that is very important to me. And over the years, I've come to change the word goals to objectives because goals are people have kind of started to look at them like a New Year's resolution. Like, I want to lose 20 pounds. My New Year's resolution is to lose 20 pounds, but like don't hold it against me if it doesn't happen. So I've kind of
Exactly.
changed. Yeah, yeah. I had to change my thought process and now I call them objectives. So one of the things that I do to get started, and this part you guys will want to write down. It's
And
an
I'm taking
acronym.
notes too, Miss Nikki.
Yes. And basically, I'll show you what, like, you'll just want to write down like GPS on the top of the paper.
Okay.
Okay. And then you want to write down GPS stands for your goals. So you're going to have a category for your goal. We're doing one goal. Okay. One big goal.
Okay.
The P stands for your priorities.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do to obtain or achieve that goal slash objective? Okay. And then the S is your strategies. Okay. So you want one big goal, three priorities, and five strategies. Okay. So, like, my goal could be I want to close 20 million in production by the end of 2022. So that's my big goal. And then under that, my priorities. So my of course my priority is going to be what? To close 5 million a quarter no matter what. And
Mm.
then you just go from there. And then when you get down to your strategies, those are the activities. Strategy is activity based. Like that's what your strategies are. Those are the things that you're going to do. So, like if you're a business owner, you could say, my goal or one of your strategies could be having coffee with another business twice a week. Okay. Because
Mm.
when you make those connections with other people, you're able to send them people to pour into their business. They're able to send you people to pour into your business, or you may just be able to pour into each other. You know, you may have the service they need, but the point is that could be a strategy. So there's a really simple goal formula that I like to kind of, well, not necessarily a formula. I kind of want to break down what an objective is. So objectives are what you want to have accomplished. Your objective is your what.
Okay. Miss
Next,
Nikki, can you go back to strategies? Did you say 5 on strategies?
five. Yes.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
one goal, three priorities, five strategies.
Okay.
Okay. And before you start to write those out, this part that I'm going into right now will kind of help you to be more intentional when writing those out. Okay.
Okay.
And and I think having it in February is a perfect time because life gets busy at the first of the year and people don't
Mm-hmm.
really start the first of the year until February anyway. So just FYI, I think that's phenomenal. So, uh,
Exactly.
yeah,
You finally
yeah,
stop writing 21 and then start writing 22.
you do that. It takes you that long before it's a
Right, exactly.
so your objective is your what, your key results, okay, are your how. How am I going to get that done? Okay. Your objectives is the direction. So that's the direction that you're going into. Your key notes are measurable. So, like at the end of each month, I'll ask myself, did I do this? Did I do that? No. Then the answer is simple. It's yes or no every time. But that lets you know where you're measuring up at, why you're not meeting that objective or that goal. So, first, you must answer this question to yourself, which is why? Why? Why do I want to do this? Because truly successful people combine their ambition to their passion and to their purpose. And that is what helps them to develop a compelling sense of their why. Because your why is emotional, it's energizing, it
I
is
like
what
that.
feeds. everything in your life. And I tell people, when you pray and you're having faith is energy. Okay. So the more you feel like it has already happened, that's what is going to make it manifest in your life. Okay. So your why defines your passion and that mission, and that helps you to become more intentional about purging your life of things that no longer serve you. Because
Right.
sometimes in life we hold on to old habits, we
So
hold
true.
on to people that need to be purged out of our life, people that are making more withdrawals than deposits. So we've got to first make sure we're full in here, and that starts with purging. Even if some of our biggest distractions is the internet. We wake up in the morning,
Ooh.
the first thing we do is grab our phone. So
Ooh. You
instead of
stepping on somebody's toes with that would include my
okay,
Woo.
and
Yes.
but I make it a habit now when I wake up, I pray at night. And when I wake up, I meditate and I visualize how I want my day to go. By doing that, I am already setting myself up. I'm laying the foundation for how my day is going to flow, opposed to waking up with dread. It's Monday again.
Right.
So that is absolutely essential. You have to purge your life, okay? Removing anything that is no longer serving you and that is not aligning you with your passion, because people are dream aborters. They kill our babies. So if someone in your life is not bringing you peace, okay, you can't tell your goals and your purpose to non-believers. You can't,
Mm.
because that's going to discourage you at some point. You cannot. You cannot tell it to people that are jealous or envy of you, who feel like they're in competition with you. So you've got to guard those things, which lead me to your circle. There's a lot of things that take place and when we're meeting our goals. Now, 42% of people that actually take the time to write their goals out are more successful than those that don't.
Mm.
So it's important to write them out. It's important to be clear, because when you're able to be clear about what it is you want, that is what creates your launch pad to your objectives. You've got to first be clear about what you want. So all of that's going to come in with your GPS. When you are writing out
Oh.
that GPS, because you want to be intentional about what it is you're writing out.
I like that.
Now, the first thing that we should all aim to kind of identify is exactly what our passion is. Because when you truly know what your passion is, that is what is going to evoke the
I'm
change
getting
in you
over.
that you are wanting to see. So, are you passionate? Would you say you're passionate?
Right.
How are you passionate? What actions does your passion lead you to? Because if the heart doesn't find the perfect rhythm with the head, then your passion means nothing.
So true.
So your passion is your driving force. Your passion is what gives our environment. It is basically what creates an environment of risk and trust, and that's what we need in order to be take chances, in order to experience failure and not feel that we're going to be fired behind it. Like, it's okay to fail forward, but the key is to keep going.
Uh-huh.
So when you create that environment and you surround yourself around the right people, that's when magic is just around the corner.
Mm. I like that.
So I say all of that to say your GPS, the key to making your goals is by being intentional when you're writing them out. It is great to it's okay to have like little things that you want to do, a whole lot of little things, but you've got to be intentional, especially when you're perfecting your craft. I say all the time, to be good at everything is to be good at nothing. So you want to master what is that one thing that you can master that's going to pivot your life in a different direction. And that one thing is what your one goal is. Sometimes you got to start with where you're going and then go backwards to create where you're starting at, if that makes sense. Because
Yeah.
sometimes it's hard when you start here and you're like, okay, I can't envision that. I don't have the resources for that. I don't have this X, Y, and Z. So when you start where I'm at, 20 million, okay, well, then that means I need to do 5 million a quarter. Okay, well, what do I need to do 5 million a quarter? Oh, okay, I need to make some cold calls.
Right.
I need to start running advertisements. I need to up my marketing. So it all has to flow together, but it starts with emotion and it
Mm,
starts with purging people from your life that are taking from you.
mm,
And some things you do yourself. You got to break those old habits.
yeah. All that self sabotage.
Yes.
Yes. And
Yes.
imposter syndrome. We talked a little bit about that too. That's good.
I
I
call
got
it
like three.
tends to be normal.
Yeah. I think a lot of people struggle with that imposter syndrome and that self sabotage more than what we think. Because after we run out of blaming people and our haters and whatever, which we do have haters, like I don't want to take away from anybody's trauma that has dealt with that. But what I want to say is a lot of our problems are because we create them for ourselves out of fear or whatever we come up with in our own head. We kind of shut ourselves down before it even starts. I mean, even doing this event right here that me and you are doing right now, I was like, oh, okay, ain't no way. Like I'm self talking to myself, ain't no way nobody gonna watch. She probably not even gonna say yeah. Like it's just all type of self doubt I had even before I came into this onto this platform, which to me really is not that big, but it's just like we shoot ourselves down before we
We
even give
do.
ourselves an opportunity to go forward with our ideas, and they can be really great because there are women right now being touched. Like I got 3 pages of notes from you, Miss Vicky. It's a little notebook, so I ain't gonna cheat, but it's definitely it's a smaller notebook, but it ain't real small. Like it ain't like it can't fit
Right.
in my purse without you
Right.
seeing it. Look, it's pretty big, and I got 3 pages of what you just said written down. So if I've been affected by your words, I know that a lot of other women have. Like a lot of people heard what you had to say. So to me, it's like, what if I would have shut down? There's so many people that are connected to our destinies, y'all. There are so many people that are waiting on you just to be brave so they can be brave, because it's so true that when you go into a room and illuminate light, that other people have permission to do the same.
That is so
Because like
true.
when you start standing in your purpose, like hey girl, or you start swinging your hair and getting yourself together, you like, okay,
Right.
well I'm cute too, let me go get cute too. I see her, I see
Right.
what you're doing, I see how you moving.
Right.
You have motivated me to start moving. Like I see people online doing like workout, let me go to the gym, let me go get my bag, let me go up there too,
Yeah.
because you want to like that inspires people, like that motivates people to keep moving. So it's just like you really got to sit that time down. It really starts in your mind. Like what you said, you got to eliminate those factors, those things that are dragging you down, whether it be external or internal, and really start pushing through your life. And I know like a lot of people you have to once you get that mindset, you become literally unstoppable. But
Um,
anyway, I know you have more to finish. Go ahead, Miss Nikki. I probably interrupted you, but I
no,
wanted
no,
to
no,
talk on
no.
that point.
But you know what? You brought up a very good point though, because everything that we want to obtain in life starts with our vision.
Mm-hmm.
It starts with our vision.
Right.
And that's why we have to shift our mindset and pay attention to the small, the Holy Spirit, you could call it
Mm-hmm.
your intuition. And but more than anything, sometimes you got to shut voices up in your head because
Right.
they are worse.
Mm-hmm.
So I did a vision board party a few weeks ago, and I want to share this concept with you ladies. I had told Laura about it also. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
a few years ago, I started doing vision boards just like you all right now. This year, I decided to add a twist to it because I feel like in life, we're not always just motivated by pleasurable things. And by pleasurable things, that is your typical vision board. You know, you're pasting on there what you want your house to look like, or a vacation, or whatever it is that you're obtaining. You could want a new house, and guess what? I'll help you buy it. But you want to put all of those pleasurable items on there, and that's important. It's important for us to wake up every morning, and I challenge you to put your board somewhere where you can see it, because what's the point of doing it and putting it behind a dresser? So
Right.
I challenge you to put your board where you can see it. Put everything it is that you're working for. Not everything long term. We're talking about 12 months. We don't want it to be like chaotic when you look up at your board. Okay. So, anyways, and then I also challenge you to take it a step farther at a later date, because this one to take some time for you. Create a pain board. And on your pain board, I want you to put everything on there that you do not want to happen in your life, or that you do not want to go back to. That could be foreclosures, debt, repos, low self esteem, out of shape. It's going to vary by each of you, it's personal to you. And I want you to create a board. So when I did mine, I had a large board, the regular size poster board. And then I used another board that was the half of that size. And then I want you to put a photo of yourself in the middle. So it'll look like it's on a timeline. Your past. Well, it's weird because I'm going the other way. I don't know. Anyway,
I
it'd be
get
like,
what you're doing.
you know what I'm doing, a timeline. So
Yes, yes.
old, going to the future, whatever. And then the photo of yourself. So every day when you wake up, you're going to look at that board, and you're going to look at that wall where it's positioned at, and you're going to decide, am I going to take steps today that gets me closer to my pleasure board?
Right.
Or am I going to do things that set me back? And then you need to ask yourself, if by not achieving these goals, how will I feel? How will my family feel? How will it affect us? And then ask yourself, if I achieve all of these goals, how will that affect me? How will that affect my family? How will we feel? And whichever one charges the most emotion out of you is the emotion that is going to be your pivotal guiding emotion. Because this year, when I met all of my goals last year, this year it was a little different for me because I had obtained a lot of stuff that I had worked towards. And so for me, it was more so pain, like, okay, I've got to figure out retention. I've got to strategize retention. How am I going to retain this? And how am I going to multiply this level of success?
Right.
So if you all do that and just lead with your heart when you're doing it, you'll be fine. There's no failure. There's no failing at all. Everything is a lesson. Everything is a step forward.
Exactly. Do you have a like a worksheet of it, Miss Nikki, that I can send out to the
You
ladies?
know what? I do. I'll email them to you
Okay.
because and I'll do it when I get off of here. I've got to hop off here in a moment. My friend's having a party at 7 for her birthday. Her husband's surprising her. But
Ooh, that's fun.
anyways, yeah. Uh, I have 3 different forms. One will help you fill out boxes for what you want in your vision, on what you want on your vision board. And
Hmm.
then the other one is kind of like some self help, like, how do I respond when I'm let down? What do I do to stay balanced or centered during times of adversity? Like, it's just like kind of deep inner child kind of work, but it helps you guiding your future and writing out your goals. And then I think I have one for GPS. I'll send that one to you also.
Okay, great. And if you ladies want that, I'm gonna send it out to everybody that's on my actual website, and I have your email. But then for the ladies who are not signed up, I just need your email address. You can inbox it to me, or just say, "Hey, I need one" on the comments, and I'll make sure you guys get one as well. Okay.
Perfect. Perfect.
And I try to take a lot of notes though. Thank you for that.
Yeah,
That was so good. I like that GPS
you are
acronym. That
so
is really good. Like, this is good. Maybe a
it
lot
was
of
a
good
game
things.
changer. It was a game changer for me and my goals. The last 3 years, the last 2 years have been a complete pivotal change in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And it is because of creating those goals. And I mean, let's take it a step farther. It also starts with like my intentional phrases for the year is intentional connections and intentional self-love, because sometimes we are our own worst critic. And
Mm-hmm.
when you are working to obtain things you haven't done before and you're walking in a very uncomfortable path, the narrow path, you got to have self-love, and you've got to be in tune with who you are. You got to be your own MVP. That's who you got to be aligned with. Not that
Right.
your husband or your wife doesn't add to you. I'm not saying that, but you're going to have to be in line with who you are, because
Absolutely.
anytime God gives you a vision and a purpose, at some point you're going to be tested. You're going to be
So true.
tested. So be in line with who you are. So, anyways, Nora, thank you so much for having me
Of
on
course. And of
the
course, I'm going to
show.
have you back over and
I
over again at this
appreciate it.
point.
I appreciate it so much. I just love watching you, and you look fabulous tonight. I'm loving your
Thank
hair.
you. Yeah.
My, I
Girl, I
just,
got my
I'm
new hair on and I got me a new shirt from Target, y'all. My
yeah.
favorite place. Oh,
Hey, me too. I got
I
the
love that.
It's right
Oh, okay.
here.
Got
This is
you got it from
another one. $20.
Target. Okay, yes.
It's from the HBCU. His design one, his some of his
What was
art.
his name?
I can't even remember.
Me
I remember
either. I remember.
you on Wind Down Wednesday. I don't know. Might
Okay.
have. Anyways, all right. Well, guys, thank you so much for having me on. I appreciate you.
All right. Thank you so much. And I
You're
hope I don't even
welcome.
know how to.
Oh,
Oh,
I
look,
can leave.
you know
I
how to
can.
get out. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Miss
Bye.
Nikki.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate you. All right.
Yes. Bye.
Have a good evening. All right, y'all. That was Miss Nikki. Make sure you guys follow her. I think I added her on Facebook as well, y'all. To my TikTokers, hey y'all. I know that I'm on TikTok, y'all too. I'm on TikTok and I'm on Facebook and I'm on here with you all tonight. So a lot of so I will be talking back and forth to both audience. So if y'all think I'm like ignoring y'all, I'm not. I love you guys too. But I hope that you guys take notes and took notes on the things that y'all heard Miss Nikki say tonight, because she really gave us an opportunity to set goals and gave us some clarity on how we can set those. And I'll email those to y'all. So if y'all are in here, I can't see everybody's comments unless you logged into StreamYard. TikTok, I can see y'all on the screen. But if y'all drop me y'all emails, like DM me y'all emails, I will send y'all those goal setting charts and that GPS map she talked about on how to map out your future and how to map out the things that you need going forward. For your goal setting and your vision board for the year. And also that one that she talked about where you put your picture in the middle and you kind of put down all the things that you are afraid of, like the things that you are that will bring you pain or have brought you pain in the past and that you ever don't want back in your life again. I have that as well. She'll email that to me and then I'll email it to you guys. So make sure y'all either inbox me, say I want it, say email on any, just drop email in the comments and I will make sure you guys get the email. Okay. So anyway, I'm gonna move on from that, but I hope you guys really, really, really got that understanding that goals are incredibly important, and not just regular goals, but obtainable goals. Because I think sometimes we create goals for ourselves, and they're not obtainable in the 12-month span that we give them to. So I need you guys to, if you have a big goal, you got to start to try to break that goal down. Like, this is what I want to be, but I need to break it down into small increments. And I'm gonna talk about my own goals. Like, I had a goal to be an influencer on different social media sites, just because I feel like my message needs to be heard around the world. Like, let's be clear here. This is a great message. People need to heal from mental health. And I started to really focus in on one thing. Like, I started with this really big goal, but I start breaking it down into smaller sections. Like, this year, I want to do this amount, or this year, I want to do this, this, and that. So my first year, my goal was to get 5,000 followers. And so I was like, okay, for 1 year, I'm going to go hard on content and really try to gain my audience and find out who they are. And also in that first year, I wanted to legalize my business through the state and through the federal government. So I did that as well. So it's just so many things that you have to do to try to break down a bigger goal. Like, I want you guys to really focus on and don't get discouraged. And that's where your timeline comes in. Give yourself a timeline for everything you're doing. And that way you won't have to worry about, oh, I didn't do that within time. You see, you start competing with other people, but really you become your own competition, y'all. Like it's you versus you at the end of the day, because it's a lot of things that you do in your life and you try to compare yourself to other people, but it's not worth comparison when you have your own timeline and you're moving at your own pace. Okay. So I want you guys to understand that when you make goals, make sure you have a timeline for your goals as well. Okay. Don't just create the goal and don't have a timeline for when you want to accomplish the goal or where you want that thing to happen. And if y'all can see, I know my people over here can't, but over here, let me see if I'm turning this the right way. Ooh, nope, that way, that way. Over here, y'all, on my wall, I have like my words of affirmation. And I know y'all can't see them super good, but like one of them say, I am beautiful and stuff like that. I am safe. Like I wrote down a lot of affirmations for myself to help me motivate myself throughout the days. Because it's one thing to have a whole lot of goals, y'all, but not be feeling like you can accomplish any of them, right? So in order to accomplish goals and to even do stuff, to wake up in the morning and go to these jobs and be able to do all the stuff that we're doing, I think that when you're trying to do that, you have to be in a good mental health, in a mental headspace where you can say, okay, I can get this done. Okay, I cannot get this done, or whatever the case may be. You want to make sure that you're in a place where you're mentally stable enough to even start to accomplish these goals. So let's be real realistic and clear here. When you're depressed and you have low self esteem and you are grieving or you have been through a divorce or a breakup or um, you've been fired or you have lost something, you're bankrupt or whatever the case may be, you're probably not in a good headspace to be accomplishing any of the goals that you put on your list. So what I really want you guys to think about is your mental health goals this year. Okay. I really want you to think about what have you done mentally this year that has helped you in a space, because a lot of us are stuck and they think, and people call you lazy, they call you insufficient, they call you these different things. But the truth is, you could possibly just be depressed. Okay. You could possibly just be going through a bout of depression. You could be having some anxiety. You could be having some different things like that going on with you mentally, and you may not even understand that and thinking like, oh, this is going to be okay. No, you need to get help. We've been in a pandemic for almost 3 years. 3 years of not knowing the health of our country is crazy. Yes, like you guys have to like wind down. Hey, Miss Gail, she said, you literally, I took time off for self the beginning of the year. We saved everyone else and wanted to save myself. Exactly. Like that was my rededication, y'all, this year, is that I was going to totally focus on my mental health. Like that's going to come before everything I'm doing, because like at the end of the day, I have to really understand that if I'm not mentally there, mentally well, I'm not going to be able to do anything for anyone else. Like that is just common sense that a lot of people do not understand. Like if I'm not well, I'm not going to be a good mother to my children. I'm not going to be a good wife to my husband. I'm not going to be a good worker at the job I'm going to. I'm not going to be a good entrepreneur, not a good business owner, because I'm so depressed. Like what in the world? Like people, depression is actually an illness. Like being mentally unstable and mentally not mentally well is an illness, y'all. That's why it's called mental illness, because you're sick. Okay. Like it's literally a disability. So you have to understand that you're operating from a place of disability, like you're disabled in those moments when your mind is not where it needs to be. So think about what you've been doing out of a disability. Think about what you've been doing out of a place of brokenness. Like you've been literally doing life from a place of pain and brokenness and hurt, that you've only used those terms for, but that's called a mental breakdown. Like you've had mental problems as you've been going. And a lot of people say, oh, she's mental, she's crazy. And they relate the word mental to being crazy, out of your mind, you've lost it. No, that's not the case at all. You can be a perfectly normal person, a CEO of a company. You can be a mom, a baker, a bus driver. You can be anybody. Like depression doesn't have a name. It doesn't have a class. It doesn't have a race. It just happens to people. And so a lot of people don't understand that what they're operating out of is an illness. And so when you get to that part, just like you have to check on your body and get your body healed and get your body together and get everything together with yourself, like if you cut yourself or or you hurt yourself, you have a heart attack, or God forbid, I'm just using that for an example. But if you are hurt, you go to a hospital, right? You go get some help and you get that thing healed. But when you are mentally unstable or mentally not well and you're depressed and you're sad and you're going through those different things, you don't treat that. And why not? Because that needs to be treated just as importantly as your physical health. So this year, even though I have been an advocate for mental health and I've pushed mental health, I decided that I was really going to check it. And if I feel like my red light is on, my check engine light comes on, y'all, that I'm going to immediately abort mission and go back and reevaluate how I got here in the first place. What happened? Like, I need to really check in with myself. Okay. I need to take a mental health day or a mental health week or a month if you can afford it, or you can do that. Take time off for yourself. Understand who you are before you get out here and get to messing with other folks and doing other things with other people. You need to understand where you're operating from, because that's a place that a lot of people miss. Okay. And so, and that's why I think that it's so important as people that we need to get, especially Black people. I'm speaking to Black people today. And I'm also talking to, no matter what color race you are, strong people. People that are seemingly got it together, people who help other people who have always been the backbone, people that have been the reliable one, those folks that nobody expects to be hurting, those independent folks, that got it. Like, you can drop all your baggage on. Those people, I want to speak to you guys. I want to speak to the strong friend today, because a lot of those strong friends, include myself, are never checked on. And so I want to check on y'all today. I want to say something directly to the strong folks. So I want strong, independent, self-reliant, efficient folks to listen up. You need help. You need someone. You cannot go through life trying to fix everybody and completely miss yourself. It's so imperative. It's so very important that you check in with yourself. You don't have all the answers. You don't have it all figured out. And that it is okay to get help. It's okay to go to therapy. Even though when I get to therapy, sometimes the therapist want me to help them. And I'm like, girl, I can't really get my own help. But that's how we are, especially as empaths, the empathetic people, people who empathize with people and who they feel emotions of other folks, and they just always want to do something for other folks. I want you guys to understand that you absolutely need help, that you absolutely need to check in with yourself, that you absolutely too need it too. And yes, Miss Gail, we are the ones who need the most help. Absolutely. Like, we need the most help because we carry the burdens of so many people. I literally had something in my status today that I was gonna post and I didn't get it. Like, I had it there and it's probably in my draft. I'll post it later. But my statement said that I literally gave a homeless man $2 like a couple of days ago, y'all, like 2 weeks ago almost. And then when the winter storm hit, I was worried about the homeless man, like thinking about him, worried, like maybe he's out there cold and stuff. Like, that is how I am, y'all. Like, I care about people. I empathize with everybody. So when I'm always bombarded with emotion and people's issues and people's problems and everything is on my back and on my head, I'm weighed down. And what happened with Miss America 2019 the other day, like last week or whatever, I don't even, like last Sunday, she committed suicide. And I know that's a word I can't say on TikTok, so I'm gonna try to use another thing, but I can say it on Facebook. But she took her life. She unalived herself. And she did it in such a traumatic way. Like, it wasn't like a pill or like even a gun, which is crazy. Like, she literally jumped off of a building. Like, where are you at mentally that you don't mind throwing yourself off a building? Like, y'all, you got to think about where people is mentally, that they were literally, I mean, a beautiful, strong, independent Black woman who seemingly had it all together, who was working on goals and dreams and had smashed, you know, unheard of goals, had become the first, one of the first people to win that position, a person of color, and just incredible, have been a lawyer, and a small percentage of African American women are lawyers, and had just overcome some major, major, major obstacles. And yet that woman thought it be a need to throw herself off of a building. Okay. This, I'm sure, was someone's strong friend. So I really want you guys, even though this is not about that, but it is still about goal driven people. If you're on this live, or you thinking about vision boards and you trying to plan stuff, more than likely you're the strong friend, because the weak friend probably ain't planning nothing out, because they're dependent on their strong friend. More than likely the women that are listening and the men that are listening to me, or that are on platforms like this, or in these places, probably trying to gain knowledge to go help somebody else, more than likely. And so I think it's appropriate for me to say to you guys, you goal driven entrepreneurs, business people, leaders, thought leaders, influencers, please take time for yourself. You are important as well. I remember just going through a to-do list, right? I wrote a to-do list out for my company, for my business, for my family, and for my own personal stuff. And I write my list out, right? So I go pick up the list 3 days later, and guess what is not accomplished? All the stuff that had something to do with me, everything that related to me, like the workout that I was supposed to do, like the prayers that I was supposed to do, like all of the self-care that I was supposed to do, none of that stuff was done. But please believe all the stuff that I had to do for other people was done first. And what I'm challenging you guys to put on your vision boards this year, to put in your phone this year, is self-love. Yeah, self-love is the very best love. And it's the only love that can allow you to live a productive, happy, peaceful life. I'm not saying perfect life. I'm saying a happy, productive, peaceful life. Because you're never going to have peace helping everybody else from a broken place. When you are broken and you don't have your stuff together, you are working from a deficit. And I know I'm off topic when it comes to vision boards, but it really is on topic, because I promise you guys that you're not going to accomplish any of your goals when you are running around making sure everybody else accomplishes theirs. I start looking at all the things that I had done in the last 3 or 4 years. And it's okay to help people. Don't stop being the bright star you are. You need to help people. It's okay. It's a great thing. But you don't need to help people to the place where it depletes you. Okay? You don't need to break yourself down so bad that there's nothing left for you. Okay? So I just want you guys to really think about that as y'all go into vision boards and resetting and doing all of those different things. That just because people need help, people are in need of things, does not make that your responsibility. You're not in charge of the world. Like, literally, get that through your mind. Like, you don't control the world, because you're taking away God's place when you think that you run everything and that you think you can save everybody. That hero syndrome is going to leave you flat on your back. FOB. Okay? So I want y'all really to think about that, and think about yourself and what you are contributing and what you can do as just a person. And really stop trying to be everybody's hero. Focus on your goals. Everything out around you, like Miss Nikki said. Get rid of those toxic people who are draining you, who understand that you are an empath, who understand that you are helpful and are taking you for all you have. Get rid of all those folks and all those things. You need to clear that out, clear your mind, and get everything ready, because this year, I'm speaking this into existence, is going to be your best year yet. This is going to be the year that you accomplish your goals, that you write down things and you actually get them done. This is going to be the year that you say things and things begin to move. This is going to be the year that you do the things that you have been praying about. This is going to be the year that God shows up in your life in ways that he has never shown up before. I am believing that for you guys this year. Okay. And it is just so good, y'all, to be able to see and do and be a part of all of this I've been doing. And y'all know that I have two little kids. So if y'all hear my little babies come in here and get on this camera, that's what it is. I got a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old. I mean, a 4-year-old, 5. I'm trying to get this girl on up out of here. Y'all been counting down. But this is Miss Brooklyn. She in here with me right now. But anyway, I love you guys. And please, if you guys want those email attachments, just DM me your email address. And if you're already on my list, I'm going to send it to you anyway. So you just go to the website and sign up for my email list or subscribe to my website. And I'll send you guys all of that information that we got today. And I think that's my time. But I love you ladies. Keep supporting Girl Talk Inc. We are doing big things in this world. And I know that we're just going to continue to grow. And y'all could share this with other people, join the group, and do all those things because we really want you guys to win. I don't care what situation that you've been in life that's separated you from your goals. I'm believing that this year, like I said, is going to be your best year yet. Okay. Your best year for accomplishing things, your best year to win, and your best year to get it all done. So I just thank you guys for watching. Please share, like, and join our Facebook group. Join our, we got a business page. All guys can go over there and like that. But the biggest thing that will help is just spreading the word and letting people know who we are as Girl Talking. Our mission is basically to help women heal from trauma. Okay. And we do that through mental health advocacy. All right, ladies. I absolutely love you guys. And I'm looking forward to next week. We are starting the vow. Oh my God. I love the vow. If you guys don't know what the vow is, it is this wonderful program we started last year. It's a series, I guess you could say, on self-love. Like the whole series is incredible, y'all. So if you have not heard of it, y'all get ready to be in a life-changing series, y'all. Like it's called The Vow, and it is so incredible. So ladies, single ladies, get your rings. Married ladies, get your rings. I need you guys to go to the store and get, it can be a fake ring, it don't gotta be real, but that ring we're gonna take, it's gonna be your promise ring for the vow, and you're gonna take a vow to love yourself. Okay, and it's going to be a 5-week course. I'll have different guest speakers. Some of them might be watching and don't even know they're going to be speaking because I'm last minute like that, trying to take care of everybody else. And so y'all get your rings ready. We're going to do promise rings this year. If you got your promise ring from last year, just hang tight to it. Go put that back on because we're going to rededicate 5 weeks to loving ourselves. 5 weeks to doing the vow, 5 weeks to loving yourself. We're gonna go through all of that. We're doing generational curses. I think me and Gail did that last year. It was so good. We're gonna talk about family. We're gonna talk about past relationships and getting you ready for future relationships. We're gonna talk about friendships, business partnerships, and how you fit into each and every one of those sections, guys. So this is about to be good. So sign up, y'all. By liking and subscribing, and that way you'll get all the notifications when they come through. We go live every Tuesday at 7 o'clock. It's gonna be so good because like the vow is something that like I'm getting t-shirts, y'all. I'm getting t-shirts made for the vow. I might do some mugs. I don't know. Like we about to wow out this year because I really feel like people really need to get this. Last year we kind of got it. Like y'all got it. Like y'all went hard. Like let me not lie. Y'all went hard for the vow last year. But this year is gonna be even more. We talked about all kind of stuff. We did one on sexuality, y'all, which was so good about talking about where we fit in when it comes to sex. Because listen, we got needs too. Like we don't need to be left behind when it comes to that either. Like so, we're gonna go through a whole lot of different things when it comes to relationships and where we fit in as women and people who love ourselves. Because we've been through relationships, right? But have we loved ourselves properly while we were in those relationships? That's the question. And we'll answer all those with the vow. So y'all tune in, stay put, turn your notifications on, subscribe to my YouTube, subscribe to the email, the website. Stay in touch with me because this is about to be life changing. And if you guys have a testimony on the vow, please post that, because in the group or underneath this video, because people need to hear about these testimonials of how good God was to us last year when we did the vow. So anyway, get your rings ready. And I will see you ladies next week as we start our first episode of the vow. All right. I'll see y'all later.